Hey YouTube, rdapdan here. Going to throw up another quick video today. Today our focus is on what do you need to know before heading off to federal prison. So we've got rdapdan's top 10. Number 1, are your affairs in order? Do you have your credit cards taken care of? Do you have your bank statements taken care of? Paid off? Have you added power of attorney to make sure if you want to keep them going while you're in prison? If you have any issues, there's going to be somebody that can take care of it, because you're not going to be able to really do that from in prison too easy. So make sure you have somebody set in place that you trust with all of your personal information and your finances. Add them as a power of attorney. Go down to the bank, add them to your accounts, add them to your credit cards. Make sure that's taken care of before you leave. Number 2, identification. Make sure you have a copy of your driver's license, social security card, birth certificate, passport if the feds didn't already take it from you. If you don't have a driver's license because maybe you cannot get a driver's license, get a state ID in the state that you're issued out of. Make sure you bring these items to federal prison with you. You're not so much going to need them while you're in prison, but the moment you're released to federal halfway house, they're going to be very important. Federal halfway house will not let you leave the premises until you have these items to go out. May not sound like a big deal right now because you're not even thinking about halfway house, but when that time does come, you're going to need those items to go on job searches, to go do anything. You're going to have your ID with you. So make sure you bring that with you. If you don't feel comfortable bringing it to federal prison, make sure you have it, put it in a secure envelope, give it to somebody again that you can trust, and the minute you leave prison, have that sent down to the federal halfway house to where you're going to be going. Number 3, make sure if you have any pets that you find a good home for them. Don't just wait till the last minute. Don't think somebody's going to come over and pick up your pets. Don't put an ad on Craigslist for free animals. You don't know where they're going. Put some time, some effort into rehoming them for free. Make sure that they're going to a loving family that's going to take care of them. If not, you're going to always have that on the back of your mind, is what's going on with your animals. Give them to somebody that you know is going to take care of them the way you did, or even better possibly. Number 4, risk factor. You need to know what your risks are prior to taking any type of a plea agreement. If you're going to a camp or a low, this probably doesn't pertain to you very much, but if you're going to be going to a medium, a pen, some sort of a higher custody state prison, if you're taking a plea of any type of cooperation or a 5K1, basically you're giving them information on somebody else to lessen your sentence. If you're going to a medium or a pen or a state prison, that is going to be an issue for you. The minute you get there, other inmates are going to ask you for your paperwork. They're going to want to see what your charges are. They're going to want to see if you've got acceptance of responsibility, a 5K1, if you cooperated with the feds in any way. And if you think you can just lie and not tell them, they are going to find out. They will check you out on their own. And if they see that you have bad paperwork, meaning some sort of a plea for cooperation or a 5K1, you could be walking into some violence. It could cause you to get pretty beaten up. You're going to have to put yourself into a special housing unit, which is the SHU, like protective custody, until they can move you to a location that's going to be a little safer for you. So obviously the point of taking a plea like this, of cooperation or 5K1, is to lessen your sentence so you can do less time. But you got to take into consideration, by doing less time, how is that going to actually affect the time that you do have to do. Your attorney is not going to go over this much with you at all, probably won't even touch on it because it's not something they really care about. Once you get into the system, they're done with you. They're not going to return your phone calls. They don't care if you get beat up, raped, killed. That doesn't matter to them. They're not going to give you this information. So make sure you know what you're walking into before you go. Check out what your points are. If you don't know, reach out to me through my email, which is posted at the bottom of this video, and we can discuss more of that for you. But definitely know what your risk before you walk in the gates. Number 5, detainers. A detainer is any type of warrant, open case, open charges, something that's not finished yet in court that either you do know about or you don't know about. So when you walk into prison, if you have anything like this, like a warrant, an open case, pending charges, anything like that, that will do a couple of things. One, it's first off going to definitely prevent you from going to a camp. So if you're thinking you're supposed to be going to a camp and all of a sudden you find out you're designated to a low or a medium, you might want to check and see if you've got any detainers, open cases out there. The easiest way to do this is any county or state you've lived in for the last, let's go back 10 years. Call those counties and ask them, run your name. Is there anything in there pending that isn't showing final disposition? If they say, yeah, we have an open case for you, blah, 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 find out what you need to do to get that case closed, because that will prevent you from going to a camp. It's also going to prevent you from possibly going into Rdap. It will prevent you from going into Rdap. And finally, when it comes time for you to leave to halfway house, maybe you got 6 months halfway house, 11 months halfway house, you're going to find out at the last minute you're not eligible for halfway house. They can't release you with any open detainers. So don't wait till you are in prison to start dealing with this. Deal with it now. It's going to be very hard to get your case manager in prison to help you work on this, because most of them just aren't going to care. They're going to put it back on you. You're going to be bugging your family and friends. They're not going to know where to turn or what to do. Your attorney, unless you pay him additional money, isn't really going to give a shit. He should have seen this beforehand. The same situation happened to me. I had a detainer. My attorney told me nothing about it. I found out because I went to a low versus a camp. So don't fall into that same trap. That's definitely some good advice that you can follow up on. Number 7, lose your ego and swallow your pride. You want to pick and choose your battles while you're in prison. You don't want to sit there and get in arguments with everybody. If somebody changes the channel on the TV, you can say politely, hey, I was still watching that. If they give you any shit or they want to cause a scene about it, fuck it, let them watch what they want to watch on TV. It's not worth losing your good time. It's not worth losing any possible programs you might be doing. Any shots you get, those go into your jacket or into your file. Those follow you for the rest of your life throughout the BOP. You get arrested in the future, they can see that you've gotten into some violence in the federal prison, especially if you're at a camp. You get in a fight, anything like that, a serious enough altercation, boom, you're out of the camp and you go to a higher security prison. So don't risk it. Just think about it. Is this really going to matter 10 or 15 minutes from now? And if your answer is no to that, just let them do what they want to do. They want to play cards. People are too loud at night. Get a pair of earplugs off commissary and tune it out. Do your time the best way you can and stay out of conflict. That's the best advice I can give you on that note. Number 8, less is more. Don't be the one to go volunteer, offer information to the guards or the staff, and you see something going on that shouldn't be going on. You don't need to make it be your job to go telling everybody or fix everybody else's problems. If the guards ask you a question, answer yes or no. Don't give them information that they don't need. Don't be the one that spends a lot of time in the guard shack talking to the guards, shooting the shit with them. You don't need to be in your case manager's office all the time, shooting the shit with them. Even if you're talking about nothing, you might just be talking about sports, or you might be talking about a favorite TV show. The appearance it's going to give to other inmates is that you're in there telling on people. And if you have any type of shitty luck like I do from time to time, you could be in there talking to the guard about some show on HBO. 20 minutes later, there's a giant shakedown. They find tobacco or they find a cell phone. Now these people are looking for somebody to blame because they don't want to take responsibility for having the shit. So they're going to say, oh, so-and-so was just in there talking to the guard. I bet he told on everybody. So now you got this label that you're a snitch. Nobody can trust you. And again, that can put you into a dangerous position where people could actually want to fight you, jump you. You just don't want to be put in that position. So don't be buddy-buddy with the guard. At the end of the day, they are not your friends. They will throw you under a bus quicker than you can say anything. So avoid hanging out with the guard or the staff. Number 9, keep your word. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you borrow something from somebody and you tell them you're going to give it back to them or you're going to pay them back on your next shopping day, make sure you pay them back on time. Don't pay people late, because that's going to show that you're not reliable. That's going to show that you're shady. That's going to make people think you can't be trusted. And you're going to get that label in there that you just take what you can get out of people. And again, that could put yourself into some harm. If somebody you don't know offers you something for free, don't take it. You could be getting yourself into debt with somebody. You don't know what they're giving you. You could get in trouble for that later on. They're not going to own up to it. So don't take stuff from anybody. If you're not sure if you're going to be able to give somebody something back, don't take it. If you're the type of person that falls short on promises, don't make promises in there. In prison, your word is your credit. But once you fuck that up, it's going to be a long prison sentence because nobody's going to go to bat for you. Nobody's going to want to hang out with you. And you're going to have that label carried on you for a long time. Try to keep your credit A+ in there. You may have a shitty credit score on the street, but you do not have to have shitty credit in prison. And number 10, reality check. Remember where you are. It's going to be a stressful environment at times. You're going to want to take that stress out somehow. Do not take it out on your friends. Don't take it out on your family members. Don't take it out on your loved ones on the street. You're going to want to call them up and bitch and complain. Maybe they didn't send you enough money in commissary, so you want to bitch and complain about that. Your girlfriend didn't answer the phone fast enough, so your mind starts jumping to conclusions. Where is she? What is she doing? So you're jumping down her shit. All this is going to do is create distance, and it's going to push these people to do the things that you're afraid of them doing. So if you're in a shitty mood, don't pick up the phone, don't get on the computer, don't send a letter. Wait till your mood has changed. Go talk to somebody within the prison system, one of your inmate buddies that you connect with, that you got a good relationship with, that can talk you out of this shitty cliff that you're standing on. Get your mood right, and every conversation with your family and your friends on the street with, I love you, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. If you're expecting $50 in commissary and they only sent you $10, thank them, because that's probably all they had extra. They got to go out and spend money on real bills like food, electric, their car payments, their own kids, your kids possibly. Your food, everything is taken care of for you in there, so don't put that responsibility, that burden on somebody else. I've seen other inmates tell lies. I need money for my Rdap books. Rdap doesn't charge you shit. There's nothing in there you need money for unless you want to buy additional stuff, additional clothes, additional commissary. It's all luxury items. Yeah, you're going to find a way to get it, but don't lie to your family members and get mad at them and guilt them into giving you money, because all it's going to do is next time you call them, it's going to make them not answer the phone. It's going to make them respond to your emails less and less. Take one day at a time, breathe, keep your conversations positive, let them know how much they mean to you and what it's done for you to help you do your time. Read your books. If you like to read books, get your books. If you like magazines, get magazine subscriptions. These are all things that you can do in there. That's how you want to do your time. You want to make a plan of how you're going to do your time before you go. So if you know you're a book reader, make a list of 50 books that you like. And as you need them, send them home to your family and let them send them in to you. If it's a hardback book, it can't come directly from your house. It's got to come from the publisher or like Amazon. If it's a softcover book, it can come directly from your family member. You can sign up for magazine subscriptions. It takes about 6 to 11 weeks to get your first subscription. After that, you'll start getting your magazines on a regular basis every week or every month, however you order them. The point of this video is to help you walk into this knowing the most that you can know right now and stop worrying about the things that you can't control. With that, rdapdan hopes you a great sentence. Hope you do your time. Hope you get out, and hope you come on here and post a video so I can see how well you did. If you have any other questions, shoot me an email. rdapdan.